Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and we are going back in to the battlefield with some red, white, Squee Legends lists. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? And I'll see you there. Alright, we're in. We're going to be on the play. Let's go. This hand is pretty sweet, actually. We have aggro protection, we have control protection, and some early game treasures to help us basically fix our draws into whichever side we need to go. Hopefully it's not control. I want to have fun today. Let's have a look-see. What you got? It's a blue deck. Oh boy. Alright, let's go treasure map. I'm tempted to have a top deck off the top so that we can Lannery. I don't know if I want to do that though. Oh well, I wanted an upkeep stop, but fair enough. Well, let's play a treasure map. Let's just look for a land. I really didn't want this to begin with. Oh, now we got our upkeep stop. Alright, give me a land. It's blue-white by the looks of it. Probably a Jeskai. You don't see much blue-white these days. But perhaps our opponent is prepping for the days when Azorius gets some buffs in the next set. So, Sinister Sabotage. No? Okay. Looked like he was prepping for it, but fair enough. Ah, Esper control. That makes more sense. Alright, let's flip the treasure map that we have here. And since we bottomed, let's use this treasure map as well. Don't need an extra Danither. We're looking for a black blade. That's what I need to resolve right now. Another Lannery. This is really awkward. I think I'm just going to pass. There's no way my opponent doesn't answer a Lannery, so it would cost me 2 treasures just to get a removal spell out of them, and I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, Thought Erasure. We have nothing worth keeping in this hand anyway, so that's about the best Thought Erasure that we can have against us right now. There's nothing good in hand versus control right now. So Squee is the card we'd love them to pick. Probably Lannery is the one that they're going to take. The Summoning Sickness on Danither against like Vraska's Contempts and Moment of Cravings doesn't seem like it's going to be a threat, but they think so. Okay. It's a fine choice because we do have 2 Lannerys. That's something to keep in mind. Lava Coil, no. Most of our opponent's stuff, I think, is going to be Planeswalker focused, if anything. So let's just Lannery Storm, see if he has the Essence Scatter. If he does, we can at least crack a treasure map to draw a card, which isn't too bad. Okay. Swing. Oh, we even get a hit in. Alright, let's get an extra point in. And draw a card off of that. Justice Strike's not too bad. They might have Doom Whisperers, which it would take care of. Maybe even Thief of Sanities as possible creatures here. I'm never going to commit too much to this Lannery Storm, though, because it can just be blown out. My opponent looks like he's going to main phase the removal, though, instead of pre-combat. It'd be a bad choice, but I don't know what his follow-up's going to be. It might even just be a Teferi. Disinformation Campaign. Alright, well, he knows about this Squee, so he knows he's getting no value on that. So we don't even discard a card, really, if you think about it. Upkeep. Flip map. Ruinous Blast. I like it, and I don't. It gets rid of Doom Whisperer and Disinformation Campaign. I'm going to take it, but I'm not in love with it. But maybe we want it for later. Who knows? So let's swing again. Up to 7 treasures. I forgot to crack my treasure cove there. I accidentally skipped the step. That's fine. I don't suspect that's actually going to end up mattering. And we're going to Tormenting Voice and discard a card that I think is dead anyway. So if he counters it, I don't really care. I was never going to use that Clarion against him anyway. Now then. Now then. Black Blade. That never resolves. I have to try and bait that out somewhere else, so we're going to pass the turn and try and get it down next turn. Aldis Reborn. Right, my opponent taps out, which is the time for Blackblade. I'm going to really punish them for that. Squee the Immortal. 1 red treasure coming right up. Blackblade reforged. And let's play around any of his minus removal. We don't want his early game stuff having any effect. 8-7. What say you? We discard. It's going to be Deafening Clarion. A card that I deem dead in this matchup. As to Fairy. Okay. So he has to minus on Squee.
I know my responsibility.
Yeah.
Not so fast.
But he keeps the Blackblade around, which is going to get equipped by Lannery here. And there's nothing he can do about that. So I'm actually going to crack treasures to do this, I think. There's 1 treasure. 2 treasures. Resolve those triggers. And equip on Lannery. She's going to make treasures anyway. I'm going to hit for 13. It's not quite enough, but it demands an answer. What have we got in terms of creatures? Danitha and Lannery in there. That's a tough one, actually. I'm going to draw cards with my final few treasures, and I think I'm just going to hit face. While he's tapped out. And then we got our Squee in hand as well. We are 1 mana away, or 1 land and 1 treasure away from lethal. Dang it. You remember that 1 treasure I forgot to crack? Yeah, that was the 1 point. But now he needs an answer to Lannery Storm plus Blackblade. He has his own Lannery Storm, but we have a Justice Strike. We can kill that. If he's planning on Settle, then we want Shalai off the top as our out.
We need to move quickly.
We actually don't have enough red, really. Cleansing Nova on artifacts and enchantments. Okay, so crack the treasure for red. And then take out Lannery Storm. So they've got 3 mana. They're taking out Blackblade, but we're swinging in for lethal now. So they need, what, Seal Away? Yeah, can't even do it. Esper Control, down in game 1. That went really well. Okay, so against this matchup, we want to take out all of the stuff that is pretty terrible. Deafening Clarion's pretty terrible. I'm keeping in the Justice Strikes, because there are a few creatures like Shalai that will bite the dust there. Lava Coil's also pretty bad. We'll bring in the Star of Extinctions, take out the Ruinous Blasts for the bindings, Immortal Sun for Teferis and Karns and all of that nature. It's pretty good. Also the double draw, and we've got 1 card that we can add. It's probably going to be the Banefires, and we can go down... Not quite sure. Maybe a Tormenting Voice, since it's counterable 2-1, 2 for 1. Run it like that. Is there anything bad in this matchup? We've got early game beats. We love these. They're pretty sweet. Immolating Infernos and Banefires. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that I really want to take away and add. I think we're all good here. This is our control deck right now. Let's find out if it's worth it. Very heavy hand. We can get down the Blackblade pretty quickly. If he does go for like an Unmoored Ego, then we have 1 in play that he can't remove from us. We have a treasure map as well. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little iffy, because he can Thought Erasure us here, I suppose, but at least we have a turn 2 play to make up for it if he does go for it. No blue. Alright, well, we're going to get down this Blackblade while we still can. Set that down. And now we have treasure map plus scry on our turn, plus the upkeep scry into a turn 3 creature or something like that. Okay, nothing of the sort. No blue though is really good for us. Never gonna be sad about that. Must be drawing one soon though, right? No, apparently we're just playing against black-white control. Ah, God, I forgot my end steps to stop. Justice Strike, we're gonna bottom. Yeah, I wish I'd have had that upkeep stop. Bugger. Alright, well, land map. It's a little sketchy, because he could go land Nova. There's blue mana. Alright, now we get our end steps. The Immortal Sun is great. I love the Immortal Sun. So we'll draw that. Tap Sacred Foundry. Pass the turn. We're basically just digging for Squee at this point. Squee plus Black Blade, and then get any replacement Black Blades in our hand or something like that as well. End step Chemisters. That should get him out of the mana problems that he's had. I think he's basically out of them now anyway. Yeah, now he's got double blue. So, game on for our opponent. I think what he's doing is he's Teferiing plus counter magic. Clifftop Retreat bottom. Treasure map. Justice Strike bottom. And let's flip these maps. I like a star. Star's good. So we'll take star. We'll draw that for the turn. And then play our Arch now, just in case he goes for like Cleansing Nova on artifacts. At least we have the City's Blessing at that point. And then just pass. I'm kind of just waiting on our opponent to do something. It's like we can try and kill them with a Star of Extinction, their Teferi or whatever. They'll counter it and then we'll play down the Immortal Sun, hopefully. So this is really just bait for Planeswalkers. Which is a cool place to be. Land. Thought Erasure. Okay, you can take one Planeswalker killer here. It's going to be the Immortal Sun, most likely. Yeah. We've got one more in the deck. It's not terribly important that we get that down. Not that we were ever going to resolve it to begin with, though. And flip this treasure map. That's the Immortal Sun. Alright. Taking that, definitely. So, let's start cracking treasures. Yeah, we want to bait out something like Lannery Storm. My opponent would love to tap out to take care of this, I would imagine. No? Okay. Well, let's get swinging. And we can use the other treasure draw to pump up Lannery Storm. Vraska's Contempt. There is our Immortal Sun window. So damage, Immortal Sun. It does get undone by Cleansing Nova. We are pretty weak to it right now. But if he doesn't have it, we might be okay. I don't think we're necessarily in a terrible position anyway. If he does have it, though, we do lose the 4 treasures for card draw as well to clean up. So I'm probably going to be using these treasure coves quite aggressively on the treasures, just to make sure that doesn't happen. It's an odd position to be in, I will say. If he goes binding on either of these, then we could do an anti-binding. Yeah, there's binding. On Immortal Sun? Yeah, okay. So it's important to him that he has his Planeswalkers. There's no surprises about that, but something to keep in mind. Come on, Squee. Gimme Squee. Tormenting Voice. Discard an extra land. Dig in for Squee. Lannery. No, play Lannery. This'll eat a counter. No? What does my opponent have? Hit you for 2. Pass the turn. The eldest reborn. Okay. Goodbye, Lannery. Did I miss out on a Black Blade equip there? I think I did. Oops. Oopsie. Alright. Well, we don't miss out on this one. So, land for the turn. Lannery for the turn. Does he counter? Lets it go. Alright, so now we're going to equip Thick Lannery. Swing potentially into a Settler Wreckage. No. Wow. We can do 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost Inferno range. Opponent discards a card. We're going to discard this Plains. So we have the lethal with the Inferno. If he taps out, trying to kill Lannery, we can win. Now, actually, we'll have to do Inferno first and make him respond to that. Ritual of Soot. Okay. We need our legendary back then. Could see a Teferi drop here. It would be, yeah, pretty grim. But not the end of the world, I suppose.
Show remorse.
The problem is this Eldest Reborn can get him a Teferi, so firing off the star here doesn't do us a great deal. We are a Banefire away from winning, though. There's nothing you can do about Banefire going off. That's pretty good. Binding on Teferi. Or even binding on Binding, actually. Now that I think about it, because that turns off Teferi as well. Yeah, let's see if he has a negate. Nope. So, take the Binding. So we can no longer Binding our stuff. We get an Immortal Sun, which turns Teferi off. And then we just dig for Banefire. There's Squee. Oh boy. I'm going to keep cracking though. And Immolating Inferno. So we can do that twice over. He needs 2 counters for both of those. Let's play Squee. Equip Squee with our turn. And a 15-14. Lannery for our opponent. They need a lot, I think, to solve this problem here, because we can recast Squee, try to Inferno them. If they counter it, then we can recast Squee, or recast Jai's Immolating Inferno, which would clear the way as well. As Treasure Map. We're also drawing extra for the turn as well. Scries with the map. Will we get it? Come on. It feels like the best thing you can do is try to kill Squee as a temporary fix. Swinging in for the treasure. There is no reason not to block here, so far as I can tell. He's just going for the treasure at this point, so that his map can maybe draw him a card down the line. Is this maybe Vraska's Contempt? It won't do it though. Ritual of Soot, floating a blue. And that's Shalai. That's pretty good. Land. So let's play our Plains. Let's play Squee. Do we get a counter? We do not get a counter. Okay. X7 Teferi U. With Squee a quick mana left open. He's got 3 mana here. Sinister Sabotage, okay. Lives to top deck another day. Do I Shalai? Shalai would stop me from getting Thought Erasured. Or do I equip? I think I Shalai. Yeah. I don't really care about losing to a board wipe here, because I can replay Squee just fine. And we should just have a legendary open at this point. Oh my god, we got it! Oh, sheer control domination from Red-White Legends. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, and we even got a rare wildcard thingamajig, ICR. Champion of Dusk, it's okay, I suppose. Maybe a Mimi Vampire deck down the line could use this. It's pretty powerful in that sense, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was a doozy of a match. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm sure my opponent didn't in the slightest, because our deck, Game 2, is very much teched to beat control. It's teched to beat anything in Game 2, really. That's kind of the nature of mid-range kind of value decks like this one. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for some more memery in the future. And don't forget, if you want to get notifications when I release videos in the future, hitting the little bell icon right next to the subscription button will give you notifications when I release new videos. I believe this is the 3rd episode for this series as well, so if you do want to have a 4th episode with this one, as a reward for anyone who chooses to support the channel via Twitch subscriptions or via Patreon, you'll get access to the private parts of the Discord or the Patreon feed, where I upload a 4th video of every match, every weekly series each week. So if you're interested in seeing more of this deck, that's a great way to go about doing it. But it's completely optional, and I appreciate everybody who watches today's video. Thanks very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.